Warning: the following episode suffers from some audio issues for one of our co hosts. We tried to resolve these issues, but alas, we were unable to due to the recording. We have fixed this issue for following episodes, but in order to make sense of the madness of this lore play, we have left this episode as best we can for the viewer. TLDR, the audio is a bit shit, but we fixed it for the future. On with the show! Alright, let me get this straight.
Yay!
Okay, so let's go back to the lore for a second on here so far. So we've established that it seems like everything that we found so far has got like a very surface level personality, but there seems to be some depth to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, for example, the mirror is really a flatterer because...
No, they have...
I also...
Depth. They all have depth.
No, they have depth. Like, Vaughn was...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, Vaughn was like a snarky bastard, but I guess he kind of, brings it upon himself being trapped in a crawl space for all intents and purposes. And then Parker apparently really likes the rules because he's made out of board games, so that makes sense. Amir's a real big of a flatterer because when you look into a mirror, clearly you're, having your own self-reflection back, and sometimes it's nice to feel like someone's giving you a compliment by looking at you. But what I don't get is the bathtub. Like, that one I'm really not understanding.
Basically, being able to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, carry yourself in an arrogance and ego that you can't
From the tub.
Yes.
If I may, Garson,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my way of thinking about it, is that when you look at all the objects in a bathroom, they all center around, well, what's in the name? The bath, the bathtub, whether it be a shower or an actual bathtub. Everything you bring to the bathroom is very likely going to be used for it, aside from maybe toilet paper. And that's dependent on the culture. Like, that is genuinely dependent on the culture, unless you're using like a bidet or just straight up just use a shower to clean up afterwards if you have the time for it. But everything that's brought into the room is specifically designed to be for the bathtub. It is the center of attention and draws everything towards it. However, all the physical items around it may all center around it, but they don't necessarily work in harmony with it, like a key with a door or a piano and keys. They're just brought there to be used for a specific purpose because the water is there. It has a purpose, and it just happens to be in that location, thus showing the shallowness of her and the lack of friends. However, to her, because the bathtub is the center of attention, she would naturally think that everything is being brought for her.
And, and actually, now that you say that, I love the fact that her name kind of reflects it, because now her name is Bathsheba, where I think they're trying to, make a reference to, the Queen of Sheba, which was... Yeah, Bathsheba, which is, from Aramaic... No, not Aramaic, it's Aramaic. Aramaic, that's it, Aramaic lore. Or more from the Middle Eastern part of mythology, which I think is kind of a good, clever. And that's another thing I really like about this game, and I'm going to be 100% honest. The naming of everything, and I know I'm saying that while we're looking at XXX Shadow Lord 420 XXX, but that's the thing, though.
No. His name being that too.
All right, fair. But let me finish what I'm saying real quick, Cobby. What I'm saying is that I love the naming on this because every name actually either plays into a really good pun, except for the phone one, that's a little bit on the nose. But I do think that every name at least ties back in really well with the object that they're named after, and that's a really hard thing to pull off with a cast this big, because just Dorian, obviously he goes with the word door, that's pretty good. Parker's made out of board games, so obviously he would be named after Parker and Milton Bradley, which is why his name is Parker Bradley. Dasha, I think that's supposed to be like a play on the word desk in Russian, but I don't know what it is because I'm not clever enough. And then, obviously, Bathsheba is like the arrogant queen of the bath area, which is what we just established. So when you put it all together, that's actually pretty clever, and I really like that. And you have to say exclamation point too. I probably do, but I will say this: this is probably one of the most cleverly written games in the of this year. Now, has this necessarily been the best game? I don't know. We just started. We've only been playing for about an hour and a half. I like to believe that there's a lot more that's going to happen, but we're going to have to wait and see.
Oh, there is.
If I may, Garson, just really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make a prediction about this character in particular, and it's because
I wanted to share info about it. Why he has that name?
I'm going to make a prediction on the name, and then you get to tell me if I'm wrong or not. How's that?
Fine.
My prediction of it is how a lot of people treat, like, just darkness in general. Because a lot of people, at the surface, will treat it as this really scary thing, especially with kids. Kids will treat it as very scary, very edgy, what could be hiding within the darkness. But then, as you grow older, you find that silliness, that comfort, that stuff you don't get when you're in the light, in the daytime. All that stuff that you don't necessarily get is there for you. And sure, you'll be a little silly about it, but you'll honestly just enjoy that silly to see how I'm wrong on that.
Cheddar, we didn't hear any of that, Cheddar.
How's that?
You didn't, yeah, because we didn't hear any of that. You broke up. You were like so broken up at that entire speech. I didn't hear any of that.
So basically, the first time we're talking about with darkness and the edgelord and shit like that, you were on the.
Oh, hang on, the stream crashed.
But this calls more back to. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, the stream crashed. Thank you, Xfinity. Yeah, no. Hang on. All right, I think we're better. Try now.
Testing.
Nope, still crashing. I swear to God, I swear to God, someone's messing with my internet. My dad's probably messing with it. Okay, I think we're back. I fixed it. All right, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Okay, sure, you had it halfway when you were talking about the shadows and the darkness and growing up and stuff, but then you completely derailed it. You had it up to a point. But this character...
And you know what? I'm happy to be proven wrong. No, genuinely, I am happy to be proven wrong because, again, it was just a prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this character is a representation of our youth and how we used to take fantasy and stuff like that to another level among our friends and stuff like that. You know, role-playing, being a nerd, all that good shit.
So basically what we do every Sunday.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, except it wasn't D&D. It was, from my era, roleplay chat rooms. Fuck you.
Oh, so the stuff that grandmas did.
Yes, RPing. Yes, roleplaying. That's his whole thing. And the reason why he went with that name is because 1, aesthetics. 2, it's a fun number. And 3, do you know how many Shadow Lords exist? Literally his line.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
And it's about how it's about accepting that connections don't always last, and that separation is okay, and that growing apart is okay, because you will always find something new.
That's kind of deep. Well, let's continue.
Yeah.
Let's continue the story then and see where this goes. Wow,
After that-
wow. Okay, I thought he was gonna get a real name, but I was really kind of shocked by that.
No, he does have a real name. That's just his username.
Sweet handle.
Sweet handle.
Of course. I am darkness incarnate.
I like listening to the Black Parade from My Chemical Romance.
No,
From
he's a-
now on, you are my penumbra.
Oh my god, he's such a dork.
I love him so much.
Yeah, I feel like
Do you?
really.
I am the umbra, the darkest core. You are the penumbra. My companion acts in shade, like an outer shadow cast from an eclipse.
Sign me up.
Yes! So tell me,
I love him
penumbra,
so much.
what brings you to the call of night?
I really just wanted you to bark at me.
Did you find that out on your own? Or did you
No.
use a hint?
You used a hint.
Nuh-uh.
Observant.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
you
enjoy
can't prove
those
that.
who
Yes, I
observe.
can. I am the
You
hint.
appear to be
Yeah, but the game didn't say
romancing
you were a
the
hint. You're an
objects in
outside
your
factor.
domicile.
You're a outside of the world hint.
I see. You are embarked on a most interesting quest.
I have something to
However,
say when this
it
guy's
is
done
quite
talking, and I
trivial
really want to,
compared
because I have a
to
lot to
mine.
say about this.
Take a moment to empty your mind and heart.
Done.
Bask in the shadows and remember that sinking feeling you get when you turn off the lights as you return to your bedroom. Then this eerie primal instinct to hasten yourself kicks in while your heart begins to rumble with fear. That, my friend, is but a lick of what true darkness can do. You help my power grow. But with that said, I'm afraid to say my power is waning. If not for your summoning ritual, I may be. Nay, such thoughts are wasteful. Anyhow, I have been waiting in the abyss in search of a companion. Such feelings are
Okay, Toko
unnecessary.
Yami from My Hero Academia.
Not unwelcomed. You see, the essence of darkness must be discussed before
I love him
obtained.
so much.
I have been waiting
is
for
such a dork and I
eons
love
for a
it.
worthy conversation.
I have so much to say after this.
Our sinister lamentations in pure nightfall will serve as the dark ritual and bring forth my armaments.
Note to self: find some way to put this dork in D&D campaign. Make him seem like big bad guy. Have him be taken out by a firebolt.
No, let Hiko date him.
Hiko will
My
not get her
armor
way on my
forged
show.
From the shadowy depths.
It's the voice actor from Solo Leveling. Oh my god.
Think of them as parts to my true self.
You won't understand me, Mom. I'm gay for combat. Oh, you won't understand me. No one ever understands me, calm.
However, I have long
Life is pain. Life is nothing but pain and suffering. I don't want to be a conformist. If I'm the only one who hears the fucking goths from South Park in here,
No.
No.
You are not curious about my dark
used
powers?
to fucking watch South Park,
It
so I
is
know about
rather
goths.
special.
I
guess
have
a little.
actually never. I guess it. I have
I
never
mean-
watched South Park.
we're fixing that one day.
Questions meeting any other
It's
phantasmal
so bad,
haunting.
but it's also so good.
What troubles you,
Usual stuff is
my
good.
penumbra?
Mid-season.
I don't have your shadow dick in my mouth. I mean, what?
Hero, please clip that.
The Great Cataclysm.
The tragedy that befell my comrades.
Oh no!
Before, it was a peaceful time. My fellow denizens of the dark and I conversed in the shadows. Then, suddenly,
Be fine.
A great power beyond any of ours divided us.
That damn light switch!
I have not seen my allies since, and at the same time, my armament was lost. It is an unexplainable force beyond reason. But that won't matter once I am at full strength. What troubles you, my penumbra? I'll have you know that these aren't just any normal raiments. They have no physical form. My armor is of a corporeal shade.
How long does this go on for?
But after I obtain just a
It's worth it,
single
though.
piece of it,
Hero,
the pressure
God
of
damn
my
it.
dark aura
Thank you,
will
hero.
rise
I love you.
exponentially.
You rock, hero. Thank you.
3 hours later.
As I said, by having conversations, we initiate
For
the
a
ritual.
tour, also you're welcome.
Join me in darkness, and my power shall inevitably return.
Can we just turn the light off?
I descend into the Vantablack pools and re-emerge as my true, awesome form. I sense your curiosity. What troubles you, my penumbra? While it may appear childish, it is a title that bears significance to me.
Will do.
Even creatures of the dark are entitled to nostalgia, and its relevancy continues to capture my very essence.
Oh, don't talk about your essence, it's weird.
Lord of Shadows. Signature embellishments. You'd be surprised how popular of an identity Shadow Lord is. Can't just have anybody proclaim they are the true Lord of Shadows, which is why I leave my mark as such.
Shadow Lord falls silent for a moment, as though listening for something you can't hear. He makes a fist, nodding to himself.
Ah, can this be?
He spreads his arms wide, opening his clawed hands as if to receive something.
Yes. The dark power begins to creep and course through.
Did I do a bad thing?
Perhaps. I had a good feeling about you,
Did I
Penumbra.
think I unleashed hell. Perhaps. I think we.
My armament has returned. My soul quivers with might.
Oh no, what am I doing?
That's exactly the idea.
Okay, Shadow the Edgelord.
I thank you for awakening me.
Alright.
Encountering you has been the most exciting event in a very long time. For now, I shall relinquish you. Return to your quest. Oh, and no need to reinvite the light. You're now a denizen of darkness, after all. Unless being in the dark brings about a fearful sensation that tickles your heart too fiercely. Farewell.
What the fuck was that?
Do you want to meet your existential crisis?
No, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave that for another episode.
Aww.
Valdivianites! It's me, your CEO, David Reginald Most. I'm writing to you from the awe-inspiring beige pavilion at the historic Cottonwood Hotel just moments after stepping off the stage at the Valdefest keynote. Let me tell you, the room felt positively electric. And not just because of the incredibly dangerous grounding issues we discovered in the speaker system. No, tonight, our consumers, employees, and shareholders were absolutely buzzing at the launch of Valdivian's newest initiative. Bigger than the self-driving stroller. More revolutionary than Peninsula.com. Tonight, we unveiled to the world our strategic partnership with the U.S. government's Department of Overseas Violence. While the specifics of this groundbreaking collaboration remain unnamed
Otherwise
for
known as the
everyone who helped
Army.
produce, or
It's
even
an-
just
Yeah.
attend this
Mantis
year's
and Nemesis are gonna
Please
kill
find
me
me
for
at the
that
after
one.
party.
Probably, yeah.
Personally,
And Killer, too.
I'll be parked all night
talk
next
to
to the
your
Virgin
chat.
Mojito Bar,
Like-
between the fax machine and the crawfish buffet.
Why do dragons
Number
refuse to
5.
eat paladins? Because they taste so lawful.
Okay, now hit your date evaders on this chat.
Wait, hold on. The actual
Go to
chat?
and just hold down. Yeah,
Oh, God. What am I getting into with this? All right, hang on.
do it, do it, do it.
Firing the beams!
A tall, statuesque corporate type with striking hair and cheekbones is staring at you.
Oh,
Hands
my
on her
God.
hips.
We found Billy Zane.
Something about her makes you instinctively crave her approval. And the way she's looking at you just now makes you doubtful whether or not you'll get it.
Come to rub it in?
No, but I can rub some. Anyway, moving on. Rub what in?
This was gonna be my big chance to prove myself. This was gonna be the job that changed everything. And then Valdivian decides that AI is the wave of the future. And why do we need anyone working these jobs at all? And you, large brain genius that you are, train my replacement.
Did?
The AI.
Am I supposed to feel sorry for you, traitor? Because I don't. Well, whatever. We're both in the same boat now. Valdivian has no use for either of us. And you got me into this mess, so you're gonna be here to get me out of it. Time's wasting. Let's start over, shall we?
I can agree with that.
Icebreaker. Your name and a fun fact. Name's Wilhelmina Work.
Yeah.
Friends call me Willie.
Yeah, see? She has my first name.
Hello.
You can date your work.
Yes.
You and I aren't
She's the
friends, but in the spirit of
embodiment of
team
work.
building, you can call me Willie.
All right,
As
Willie.
for my fun
the
fact, I
abstract
speak 6
concept.
languages and am fluent in 4.
Nice. Good for you, Willie. Willie Vanilli? Oh, hero, no! It was at this moment I knew I fucked up. Let me just do those.
What? So you can tell your little AI pal how exactly to replace me? Nice try.
All right, fair enough.
Moving on.
You introduce yourself to Willie, but when it comes time for your fun fact, you hesitate for a moment. What to choose?
I guess that's a fun fact, though the word fun is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
That probably Ghost Ritter work. Probably, yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's done now. Let's see what else is on the agenda for today.
Willie pulls her phone out, scanning through some unseen document. She frowns, her pretty features twisting into an annoyed grimace.
Guess we're on to scope now. Scope, wherein we'll decide the scale, parameters, and ambition of this project. Good practice to ask when you don't know what something means. Here's the deal. I had a job. You cost me that job. I am your job, so you don't have a job either. Tables turning, etc., etc.
Wait a minute. So Willie's the representation of the job I lost to the AI?
Yeah.
yes.
She's the
What kind of-
literal-
Oh my god, this metaphysical construct is warping my fragile little mind and psyche into ways I never would have imagined. Also,
Yeah, she's the
also, I feel stupid.
construct of work.
Apparently. Who made these glasses? Now this I really gotta know now because it's like, wait a minute, hold on, how is this happening?
Tinfoil
So
hat
you and I are
guy.
going to meet every
Fair
day
enough.
until we figure out where I'm landing next. Since this is your fault and you have nothing better to do, you owe it to me to be here for this.
I guess. What do you need? I don't know what I'm.
When has that excuse ever worked? You did it. We're out of a job. Now
The
you have
fifth element,
to deal
yeah.
with this. I've got some interviews lined up with some places around the house.
Wait, what? What?
First one's with Hanks Limited.
What? Just yell dude. With who?
Hangers in your bedroom closet? Those Hanks?
Oh.
Do a little research before you show up so you don't embarrass us.
So am I supposed to Google my own household items?
Figure it out. Meeting adjourned.
You basically go and talk with them.
What the hell? All right, okay, I guess. Wait a minute, I got a weird idea.
Impressive news out of Valfest. Really too bad that particular partnership is about to hit a rough patch. But then David's never been great at partnerships.
Fair enough.
I see you've had the opportunity to test out the prototype.
Yeah, multiple times.
I'm enormously grateful to you for concealing the prototype. And I'm sorry I dropped all this on you so unexpectedly. I know protecting it is not a responsibility you asked for. Maybe not even a responsibility you want. But I had no other choice. Every
Deborah
other
Wilson.
Valdivian employee's allegiance was unknowable, except you.
Okay, so yeah, that actually makes sense. So Willie's voiced by Deborah Wilson, and if you don't know who she is, she was a comedian on Mad TV for a while, and then recently she got into voice acting, and I think she's been, and her most famous role that I'm aware of is her being from the new Star Wars games. That was by the same guy who was on Shameless, but I'm drawing a blank because I never watched Shameless. I know he was also in Gotham, but I don't know what his name is.
I knew you were trustworthy. Your private HR record said as much.
Okay, how do
Anyway,
you know that?
It's not safe to talk. I will return.
Alright, I gotta try this. Okay, so I can't date the
I tried it didn't work.
Really? Okay, I was shocked by that because I thought the concept of friendship would have come up. Hello, dish rag.
Date the steak.
Sure.
It's not all that surprising that your towels would have a look that one can only describe as
Daddy has a
fresh
treasure
out of the
trove.
shower. The fluffy terry cloth
Oh
clothing and
no!
glistening
Oh no!
skin
I'm having Letterkenny
are expected.
flashbacks.
Mhm.
What you did not expect to see,
Hi.
however,
Hi,
was a
can
six-pack
we go
that
for a
could do
treasure
no
hunt?
I don't think we can show this.
Wait, hold still.
Okay, who are you?
He holds his hands out in front of him.
Rip
stopping
off
you in
Terry
your-
Crews. Nuh-uh.
His name is Terry, actually.
Oh god damn it.
Or Taylor,
You didn't do
I
anything.
think.
He backs away from you, slowly and carefully.
Just don't move. Ooh, there's some water on the floor. Let me get that before you slip and fall.
All right, thank you.
He bends down to mop up a tiny puddle, standing back up with a grin.
There.
Please
All
tell
good.
me he turned around when he bent down so we could see his... Well,
He's wearing pants, Cheddar.
that don't mean shit when they're form-fitting.
It's my pleasure. Some might say that I saved your life.
I mean, maybe. Someone else say he just did a job. Wait, we didn't even get his name.
Hey, hey.
Oh, his name's Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Oh, I get
See
it.
that dude?
I'm gonna
I
stroke his
may be
ego.
soft, but I'm hard against spills.
You could be hard against me.
He's
Oh my-
adorable.
Oh god. Oh god. We're not gonna get through this without Cheddar. So Tyrell Crews.
He mimes playing a trumpet, imitating the instrument with his mouth.
Oh, they're not even trying. They're not even trying with this one. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to give it my all. I really am. But Chitter's soaking the seed over there, and I know for a fact if she's picking up on this, I'm picking up on this.
Ah,
Stop playing that trumpet, Tyrell.
I dry as quick as my wit.
I what do I even say to that?
Next.
If you get wet,
yeah.
don't get upset.
Oh my god.
Isn't that
Trust
right,
me, Daddy,
my
I ain't gonna be
sidekick?
upset.
Cheddar, no, we're trying to put this on YouTube. Boss, don't deny
Oh,
it.
you can make me absorb anything.
All right, we're definitely gonna have to put some censor bars on Cheddar for this one. Boss, don't deny it. Carson, didn't you say a certain thing earlier? That was a joke, okay? I know, we
He
only have
holds out a
55.
small swan-shaped towel for
Look
your
at this
inspection. It's quite charming.
Quack.
Quack. Whoa, what is that?
How buddy.
Oh, this? This is Little Buddy. He's pretty cool. I can fold him into anything I want. Today, a swan. Tomorrow, who knows what the fabric of the universe will weave? I mean, I only know how to fold like two others, but still.
You can fold me like you can fold me, Daddy.
Oh no.
So we got our next ad break coming up for a second here, so I'm just gonna wait till we get to that part, get through that, and we're gonna talk some more about the. Or we're gonna try to talk. Yeah, we're gonna try to talk about it. But Chitter is apparently having a minor stroke. All right, so. Chitter seems horny on main. When is Chitter not horny on main? Anyway. Well, nothing really changed much since the last ad break, but I do want to address something I think is kind of interesting. It feels like when they mean everything, they're not hiding everything. And there's a part of me that's like really, really, really like impressed by it in a very roundabout way. Like, you gotta understand, like, when you say, like, when most people say everything, there's just some hyperbole to it. But what I do love about this game is that not only are they trying to literally mean that, they're trying to give everything a unique personality. And I think that's an interesting concept that we wouldn't get in a lot of video games. Because one of the things I think...
Over 100 different datables, so 100 different people.
Well, yeah, each one's got their own personality. They got their own...
Yep.
They got their own, like, path through. And I think that's actually kind of interesting because this game's like, what, $30 on Steam? At least that's what I paid, like $34 because I got the deluxe edition with the DLC, which I honestly don't really know what that.
Lucinda Lavish.
Okay, well I don't know if we've run into her yet, but my point is.
Oh, she's a random pop-up.
Ah, got it. Okay, but
so when you talk to something at random, she'll pop up, and then like when you start building with her, you can choose to see her often or less.
So what I'm trying to get across is that I'm not trying to play that whole. Like in I would say like intellectual look at video games type shtick because I'm not really that I would say smart about it, but I do want to address something. The lore of this game basically does want to make everything feel like it's alive in some way, and I think that's kind of an interesting take on it, especially when you realize that in recent years a lot of video games have kind of backtracked from that in order to make more of what I would say would be more marketable characters, which I don't think that they were going for instinctively in this game, but I think by not doing that, they ended up doing that a lot more.
I can definitely see that. Like, the thing is that with a character feeling alive is very much a case that you will either have to work on getting that, like you will actually have to put work into it, or you go the simple route and just make it as simple as possible. And to be perfectly honest with you, I like this way a lot more because there's more effort involved. You have to put the effort in. You can't be lazy about it. You can't just show up with a cool design and go, my job is done.
No, and what I really like about this at the end of the day is that even though the Shadow guy was probably a little bit over the top for my taste, I don't dispute the fact that he is a well thought out character in the sense that he's a character. He's legitimately got backstory. He's got like his own flow. He's got his own, way of talking, mannerisms. And then I think of some of the later games that have been coming out recently that haven't been doing that. Like, for example, like one of the things that comes back to me is there was a game that came out recently, and what was it? It was like, okay, it was like really big. It came out on. Oh, no, okay, now I know what it is. It's like the game I'm thinking of is like it's not Tales from the Shire. It was another one. What was it? Was it oh my god, I've drawn a blank on this game. I'll just describe what it was, and maybe I'm just thinking about it. There was like recently we've had a lot of games come out, like for example, Tales of the Shire. There's a few other games stuff like came out recently that have been kind of like Doom: The Dark Ages came out a couple of months ago. It was something in June. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain my point, and I just can't because I can't remember the title of this game. But I think that's probably it, though. The reason why I can't explain it is because there's nothing to the game, and that's kind of sad. Is that I remember like some of the best games I've ever played are games like Wasteland 3. Baldur's Gate 3, which is a fantastic game, absolutely love it. And then, of course, there's been stuff like Cyberpunk 2077, Clair Obscura, Expedition 33. These are all games that stuck with me for one way or another. And this one, while maybe it's not my particular genre, I do admit that it's sticking with me. And I think that's kind of unique. And if we've only run into, maybe 10 dateables at this point?
Yeah. And...
I'm gonna go to bed, guys.
Okay. Night, Calby.
Okay, once we finish up with Tyrell's thing, do you want to call it there?
Yeah, that seems like a fun thing. We'll pick it back up next week.
Yeah.
But my point is that I like the fact that even if this isn't a genre that a lot of people would play, I think they should give it a chance. If for no other reason, you're probably going to find someone that's going to make you have a deep connection to this game because of how silly and over the top it is. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all to have that happen. Now, what that necessarily means, I can't tell you exactly, but I do want to see if maybe down the road there's more that could come off of this. And I'm rambling at this point, and I apologize, but like, with games costing like up to $70 nowadays, I like the fact that a $30 game is maybe invested into it with not that many gameplay elements, and I think that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, this whole thing has led me to kind of rethinking other games that I looked at before, and if I may.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something, you know what? Let's finish up Tyrell before I go down this path, okay?
All right, we'll do that. Let's wrap up Tyrell real quick.
Who doesn't like being close to someone?
I agree.
I'm just lucky that it's a part of my job. Spills happen every day. No big thing. But the hard part is getting dry. For the big jobs, I work with Washford and Drysdale. But I work pretty independently, you know? Don't I know it? Even though you don't spill too much, I'm there 24/7 on call. Not to tug on my own thread, but I'm proud of the work that I do.
And you should be, Tyrell.
You can tug on my thread any day.
Down, girl. We're gonna get a spray bottle for you.
Oh, like you have bigger ones? What do you want? Sounds impossibly ambitious. There are things I want to do, but my job is important, you know? Those spills ain't gonna unspill themselves. And I won't be spilling things to you until I get to know you better. So, let's make a deal. Next time you see me, I'll show you something cool. And maybe I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'll show you an idea I have.
All right. All right, so while we get up to the bed area for the night, Shader, what were you gonna say?
Oh, okay. So this game actually brings to mind one that I genuinely love, and I would genuinely like to see you like play a little bit on stream. And I know you're going to like laugh at me about it, but it's Nikke. Nikke, Goddess of Victor. I genuinely would love to see you go through the first few chapters of that game. Because yes, the marketing is basically saying it is what it says on the tin in some way, shape, or form. But the thing is that when you actually get to it, when you actually go deeper into the game, when you actually start to play it, it's fascinating because it will not let you just get away with being this is sexy. It cannot let you get away with it.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up Nikkei because it actually brought up what I was trying to talk about earlier. And I'm going to probably make a few people upset at this, but I'm going to say this right now. The game I was thinking of was Hoyo versus Genshin Impact. That was what I was thinking of. And the reason why I brought that up is because recently it's become... I don't really talk about gacha games that much because I'm not... I did play some on stream a long time ago, but I realized if you're not like making guides and stuff like that, it's a lost cause. But the reason why I bring it up is because the fact is that when you look at Genshin Impact, it is they have like over 100 characters, like this game. But I couldn't tell you anything about them. I couldn't tell you, if you were to show me Genshin Impact characters, I couldn't tell you the name, I couldn't tell you what they like, I couldn't tell you anything about them. But the fact is that every time they release a new character for a new patch, they want you to feel a connection to that character for that 6-week period. And then they just, like, fake Grand Order says hello. Exactly. But I don't want to talk about that either because that's just a whole can of worms to open up about that. But my point is that this game, for $30, has made it so that it has a bunch of unique characters that people are going to find and latch onto. And we've only scratched the surface of playing this for, like, just a couple hours. But if this indie game can show how it's well enough to you can write a character that's really compelling, even if you only meet them like maybe one time, that's a sign of good writing. It might be like, for example, like Dasha the Desk or Vaughn down here in the crawl space and Keith the Key, like all those people. We had we immediately latched onto something. In Chitter's case, latched onto a lot of them, but there was something that was unique about them, and that's good character writing. And I want to know what the lore is behind this game now, because these characters, in and of themselves, there is something behind them, and there's stories behind them, but we don't know what it is just yet. And when we do, it's probably going to have a lot bigger impact on where that takes the story, because we're going to have like more of an impact on certain things. So I want to learn what that's about.
And also, if I'm going to say this genuinely and on stream so that people can hear this and have it be on VOD.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely would love to do a lore play of Nikkei with you, Garson. A lore play. Not just like, oh, look at how silly this is. Genuinely go through the game and just how Cyberpunk is for you gushing, Nikkei would be for me gushing.
I think we can do that, actually. There's no reason... Well, we would have to find out somewhere to play it on the computer, but that's not a problem. I think there is
It has a PC... There's a PC version.
All right, then we can consider that. But my last thoughts about this version of the lore before we sign up for the night is the following. We don't know much about the glasses. We don't know much about the stories behind some of the characters. We really aren't going to get... There is lore here. There's a lot of lore here. But what that lore is more tied to personal lore for the characters rather than a massive overarching story. Which means that if we're ever going to get to the surface level of some of these characters, we're going to have to invest time and effort into learning about them, and eventually we're going to develop what their story is. Because there is stories here, and I'm kind of interested. We kind of had one pop up earlier today. Keith and Dorian were friends, and then somehow Keith ended up in the crawl space. How did Keith end up down there? We don't know yet. Calby alerted to it Calby kind of alerted to it, but we're going to find out about that sometime.
Can I say what I genuinely feel this game is?
Yeah, what?
This game is a house train station.
A house train station? What does that mean?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a very simple question, and I know it will sound super silly, but there's a reason why I'm asking.
Okay.
You know what a train station is, correct?
Yeah, I know what a train station is. It's like where trains go.
Right. And you have a lot of people in that area. The train station itself, to everyone in there, including probably you, is just a place where the trains go. However, each person that's in there cross paths with each other, even if for the briefest of moments. Every single one of them has a storyline that you could follow realistically if it was like a game like this. If you had just a train station and your job was to just find all the story threads, you could do it just like this game, even though the train station itself, probably you could design it with the simplest aspects. But but as you said, it's the characters that do it. It's the individual stories. That's why I say this is a house train station, because the house itself isn't all that important to it. You just can't step outside, as Skylar said. Just like how if you were to step outside of a train station, the stories would no longer be relevant to you because you're not in the place that connects them all.
And I think that's probably a good way to, and that's a great description of it. And I think that's probably going to be the best place to end it for this session, because I don't really know what else we could talk about at the moment, but we're going to come back next week and we're going to talk more about it. And hopefully by then we'll have some more stuff to talk about. So, it's going to put so here's what I'm just going to say this, and then we're going to end it here for the night. Thank you once again for joining us in our first official lore play of a game. We did talk about some of the lore of the characters. We're going to dive more into the lore as we get deeper into the game. Obviously, we can't go into everything right away, but we hope that by the end of the session, we have some more stuff that we can talk about. I'm your host, Garson, with my co-host, Chitter, and of course, Calvi. But Calvi left a little bit, so we'll check back in on her next week.